Alrighty, so I want to make a video solving for x with equations, and it's two-step equations. And so let's talk about some of the rules. So first of all, you should know which side is your left and your right. In particular, this would be my left and this will be my right. For me, I want all the variables, x in particular, on the left. I want all the constants on the right. Those are called numbers. So if it's a variable, so I want to see 3x on this side, I want to see 5x over here, I want to see negative 38x, I don't care. I want to see 4's on the right, I want to see negative 3's on the right, I want to see 9's on the right. So you need to figure out what goes on the left and what's going to go on the right. If it has a variable x, by the way, it could be any variable, variables are going to go on the left, the plain boring numbers are going to be on the right. I call these triangles. So if it has a variable, an x in particular, put them on the left. And if it's just a boring old number, you'll put them on the right. I don't think I can make that any simpler. I don't know how. So what are the rules? What you do to the left, you do to the right. What you do to the left, you do to the right. So be consistent. So if I'm going to assign homework first period, well, everybody's getting homework for the whole day. I wouldn't give homework to one class and not the others. Be consistent. So that's kind of it. And I like x to be on my left because of my algebra. I like x to be positive, and I want x to be 1. So x will eventually need to be positive 1, as in 1x. That's where I'm headed. All right, so let's go. I've also got to bring in some matte pencils, see if I can help you with some colors. So what if I gave you 5x plus 2 equals 10? Let's do something simple. This is a one-step equation. Why is it one step? Because there's one thing to do. So I'm going to draw triangles red. Do you have any other variables? So there's my triangle. So my circles are going to be just my boring numbers. That's positive 2. And that's positive 10. I want triangles on the left, and I want circles on the right. The end. So who has to move? The 2 does. When you cross the bridge, you what? Change the sign. So I should see minus 2, minus 2. So I'm going to complete 3 math problems. So here we go. 5x plus 0. How about 5x? What is plus 2 minus 2? How about 0? And when I draw a line through that, that means 0. I could put a 0 here, but I'd rather not. Bring that equal sign down. What is 10 minus 2? 8. All you're adding is going to be, or subtracting will be up here. That's it. There's no other place to add. This says 5 times blank is 8. Repeat. That says 5 times blank is 8. How do you unmultiply? You divide. So you'll divide both by 5. Why are you dividing by 5, not by 8? Because 5 is by the x. And so x is 8/5. And by the way, I'm okay with 8/5. I'm okay with 1 3/5. I'm okay with 1.60. My favorite is probably 8/5 though. Let's do another question. That was question 1. Question 2. So my suggestion for you to stop the video, do the question, and then play the video and see if you got it right. We'll continue with one step. So I have 18 equals negative 5x plus 3. It's still one step. There's not 4 parts. There's only 3 numbers. And don't you have numbers on the left and, numbers on the left, numbers on the right? Technicality variables over here. We only have 1 extra number. So you only have to move 1. But don't I want the variables over here? I'm okay with you switching the whole thing around. So I would put this, all of it on my left, and put this on the right. I just rewrite it. So that's negative 5x plus 3 equals 18. So my question to you, is this triangle on the left? Yeah. And I'm going to do triangles as red. Do I care what color you pick? Not particularly. I just be consistent. And then, are these triangles? Do you see x's? I don't either. So these are circles, and that's positive 3, not negative 3. And that's positive 18, not negative 18. What number, what color, what shape is in the wrong spot? Who has to be over here only? Triangles. Who has to be over here only? Circles. So move the circle. Which one? The one in the wrong place. 18's correct. That makes 3 wrong. That's minus 3 minus 3. Do 3 math problems. Bring that down. That's negative 5x. What's 3 minus 3? How about 0? Equal sign. What's 18 minus 3? How about 15? There's no more adding and subtracting to do. You can multiply, divide, but you may not do any more adding, subtracting. And you make sure you bring that x down. That's negative 5x. That's not negative 5. And that's 15. That's not 15x. Pay attention to what you're doing. You're going to divide both by negative 5. Why negative 5, not 15? What number's by the x? X is kind of in charge of this. And don't divide by x. If you divide this by negative 5x and this one by negative 5x and put an x over here, this becomes 1. And how can 1 be 15? It can't. I want x to stay. I want the negative 5 to go away. So this is going to delete because negative 5 divided by negative 5 is, 1. And I need 15 divided by negative 5. How about negative 3? And if you don't know your science, maybe you should. Question 3. So I'm going to do one more. 7 plus 2x equals 12. Why not? Is the x on the left? Where's the x? I know. I'll color them red. There they are. Where's the circles? Here and here. And if you notice, it's positive 2x, so I'll go back and grab that. There we go. I got them all. And what about the circles? How about 7 and 12? I want the triangles on this side. I want the circles on the other. I want the red ones on the left. I want the blue ones on the right. I don't know how to say that simpler. I don't have any simpler words. Who's moving? Well, who's in the wrong place? If you move 2x to this side, you did it wrong. If you move 12 to this side, you did that wrong too. Who is in the wrong place? I want x's equals numbers. That 7's in the wrong place. How do you move 7? Minus 7. That's a 0. Do 3 math problems. That's going to be 2x equals. What's 12 minus 7? Probably 5. Divide by 2 or divide by 5? You divide by 2 because it's the x. That's 5 over 2 or 2.5. I don't know how to say this any simpler. I don't have any simpler words again. So this time let's do 2-step equations. What's the difference? One more step. Question 4. So these are 2-step equations. You can spot them because they'll have 4 parts. So it might be 4x minus 3 equals 2x plus 6. They'll have 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. They could have more. We'll just stick with 4. You got enough troubles. So back to your shapes. These are the triangles, right? And how come when I look at your papers, you can tell me the triangles all day long, but I look at your work and you don't bother to draw the triangles? Do you really think I need the strategy, but you don't? You probably need the strategy more than I do. And if I'm taking the time to draw the strategy, you might want to take the time to draw the strategy as well. Unless, of course, you like to correct your paper. Here we go. Are the triangles on the left? Perfect. All of them? No. So wouldn't the 2x need to join the left? That's cool. Because I want triangles equals circles. Triangles equals circles. You need to figure out who is in the wrong. I'm not interested who's in the right. Get rid of the wrong. That triangle's in the wrong place. How do you move it? Minus 2x minus 2x. Most of you are really good at that. Then you get lost. There are 4 math problems sitting here. Where's 0? This one is 0. What is 4x minus 2x? 2x. Some of you are doing a really good job there. Make sure you're bringing down x because 2's not it. It's 2 x's. Is the 6 in the wrong place or is the negative 3 in the wrong place? If you put the 6 with the 3, who did you leave on the right? Nobody. It's a seesaw. Some are on the left, some are on the right. So I think you need to move the 3 to the 6. So that's plus 3 plus 3. And why did I add 3? Yeah, cross the bridge, change the sign. That is 0. And 6 plus 3 makes 9. There's my equal sign. I usually try to keep it where it doesn't draw through the line. And do you divide by 2 or divide by 9? You divide by 2. Why? Because x is in charge. And I'm okay with 9/2. I'm okay with 4.5. I'm okay with 4.50. 4.5 is not my favorite, though. Bottom line. The triangles are on the left. The circles are on the right. You should have 2 zeros. One on the left and one on the right. Do another. There we go. And if you notice, I didn't even do any fractions or decimals yet. No parentheses. Back to your shapes. Where's your triangles? What are the triangles? Give me the short version. Yeah, the x's. Hey, what if I put y's there? Same thing. Who cares? A variable is a variable. X means I don't know. So does y. And when's the last time you got to color? That's been forever. I do like the matte pencils. They don't bleed through the paper. And if you drop one on your Scantron, it doesn't leave a mark. If you drop a highlighter, it does leave a mark. And they don't like to scan. Alrighty. What's the rules? Yeah, triangles on the left, thanks. And so this one has to go. What's the other rule? Circles on the right. So you might want to draw your plan in. I'm going to move -5 to the left, and I'm going to move +3 to the right. That's all you have to do. Not sure how you're making this harder. So how do you move -5x? +5x. Great job. +5x. Good job there. How many math problems do you have? 4. Excellent. Won't that be 0? Sure. What's -6x plus 5x? You're really great at same sign, add and keep, different sign, subtract. What is this? Different. So I think it's different sign, subtract. 1. Keep the sign of the bigger, negative. I know it looks kind of silly to put -1x. Put it anyway. Be silly later. You're moving this one, right? And that's where everybody's getting caught. You write -3. Yeah, that's it. -3. If you put +3 here, wouldn't that be 6? That has to be a 0. You have to have 2 zeros, one on each side. So one of your triangles has to be 0. One of your circles has to be a 0. And what is 10 minus 3? 7? Why not 13? Yeah, you're right, subtracting. Equal sign. Divide by -1. Divide by -1. How about x is -7? Question 6, last one. What if I gave 2 parenthesis x plus 4 parenthesis equals -12x minus, I don't know, 5. I gave you a hard one. I've been doing too many easy ones. Distributive property, it's kind of the rainbow thing. 2 times x and 2 times 4. What's 2 times x? 2x. What's 2 times 4? 8. -12x minus 5. Technicality plus -5. I'm okay with that though. Where's triangles? Get them drawn in. Some of you are trying to save yourself some time and you're not drawing the triangles in. Is it working? Did you save yourself time? Or are you watching this dumb video? I know. When you could be taking a nap. Yeah, I could be taking a nap too. Oh well. We are here. And I do appreciate you watching the video. You ready? Perfect. Where are the triangles going? The left. Good job. Where's the circles going? The right. Better job. How do you move -12 plus 12? If you know the answers, yell them out. Where's 0? Remember, there's 4 math problems going on. Thanks. 0. What's 2x plus 12x? Thank you. 14x. Great job. And when you move this 8, are you going to put +8 or -8? Well, if you put +8, I think you get 16. 0. Same sign. Great job. Add and keep. 14x equals -13. That's definitely not B. I apologize. Oh well. It sort of looks right. Okay, it looks terrible. Hang on, let me fix it. How about now? Divide by 14. Divide by 14. X is, how about -13 over 14? Perfect. Recap. What's the rules? X is on the left. Those X's are red in particular. Circles on the right. Those were the blue ones. How many zeros would you have when you do this two-step equations? 2 zeros. When you have a one-step equation, you'll have 1 0. That's a pretty good hint. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in class. Good night.